I hate to admit it. I was wrong about Domino. So on my streams, I'd often play opponents that were using Domino, and the math on Domino never made sense to me. But I did some testing, did some more research, thought about it some more, and the results may surprise you. So one of the things that we're going to talk about in this video is how Domino and Quicksilver affect the odds of drawing a card before a certain turn. And we're going to go over it. But actually, Domino and Quicksilver make it worse because you're losing a draw. On the other hand, America Chavez, if you're looking to draw a card by a certain turn, for example, let's say you want to draw Zabu by turn 3, because she can only be drawn on the 6th turn, you're normally drawing from 11 cards through the first 5 turns, it actually increases the chance of drawing Zabu by turn 3. And so I made the case to some people is like, why would you want to play Domino instead of a good card like Scorpion? And you're gonna have a lower chance of getting to Silver Surfer by turn 6, a lower chance of getting to Sarah by turn 5. So let's go over the math first, and then we'll talk about the way that it actually works and the tempo, because it was kind of interesting. And I had to experience it for myself. I did play a lot of matches, but we're going to refer to a couple videos, one by Bob Farm and then another one by Jeff Hoogland, odds of drawing a particular card by turn X. And so the case that I was making is that in a normal gameplay, which is right here in the middle where it just says without, let's say in a Surfer Sarah deck, you want to be playing Sarah by turn 5. So in a normal deck without Domino, there's a 66.7% chance of drawing Sarah by the 5th turn, which is what you typically want to do. Play Sarah on 5, Surfer on 6. 75% chance of getting to Silver Surfer by turn 6. Now, by adding Domino to your deck, you lose a draw, right? Because you're going to draw Domino on turn 2 no matter what, and you're going to play Domino. And there's no synergy really with the deck at all. And we're going to talk about that. But it actually makes the odds of getting a Sarah on turn 5 and getting a Silver Surfer on turn 6 worse. In fact, 63% right here on turn 5 for Sarah, minus 3.1%, and then 72.7% on turn 6 for Silver Surfer. Now, it does make the likelihood of getting the 1-drop, and being able to play a 1-drop on turn 1 a little bit higher, and the odds are similarly bad with Quicksilver. So I think the general consensus right now is that there really is not a place for Quicksilver right now. Maybe in the future, maybe something else will happen. And Domino does have a situation where she works, and we're going to talk about it. The jury's still out, but we're going to talk about it. Now, on the flip side, Chavez has the opposite effect because she's drawn on turn 6. And this is a video that was put out for 7 months ago by Jeff Hoogland, and I think it's a very good video. So the thing about Chavez is, like, let's say you want to draw Zabu and play Zabu on turn 3. Without Chavez, 50% chance that's going to happen. With Chavez, because you're not drawing from the pool that Chavez is on the first 6 turns or the first 5 turns of the game, you have to draw her in turn 6, and she may be stuck at the top of the deck. And this is often why when you're playing Yondu often hits Chavez, because Yondu's on the top, because Chavez is on the top of the deck, but she can't be drawn until the 6th turn. And she's just stuck on the top, let's say. But it actually gives you a 4.55% chance higher of drawing Zabu by turn 3. So you see a lot of Zabu builds with Chavez. And the purpose of that is so that you can actually play Zabu on turn 3. So what does this all mean? And the reason why is that, one of the better builds out there, I believe this is the most popular build out there for Sarah Surfer, is right here. And you can see that there's a lot of matches played, thousands and thousands of matches. and it has a very high cube rate. I'm putting together a tier list, and this is going to be on the top of the tier list. I mean, this is in a top tier deck right now, and it works, right? And what happens if you have a build with Domino? So I did some hunting for a Domino build deck, and this is the one that I found. And I was like, well, why would I play this, right? Domino turn 2. Turn 3 is going to be a 3-cost card. Turn 4 is going to be a card, right? Turn 5 is Sarah. And then on turn 6, you're going to play Silver Surfer and 2 other cards. Why would I want to do that instead of, basically replacing, Iceman or Scorpion? Is this actually better? So I wasn't sure how to track this. And so what I decided on doing is I put together a deck right here that was a little bit different. And it's a little bit different and it has good results. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of games played, and I played this deck, and actually I had very similar, if not better results than this. I had well over a 60% win rate, and I had over a 0.7 cube rate when I played this deck. And I found that it was very consistent, right? This is the deck I played right here. Domino turn 2. Turn 1 is kind of useless, by the way. It doesn't matter. Like, not having a card to play on turn 1 just does not matter. Turn 2, Domino. Turn 3, any 3-cost card. Now, what Domino was doing that I wasn't really accounting for, that I often had initiative on turn 3, which was good for Cosmo. There's something fun to do with Cosmo on turn 3 where you have initiative, your name is glowing, and you just guess that your opponent is going to play something somewhere, and you put Cosmo down and they walk into a trap and you get the win. That happened a lot. So this deck right here, it doesn't really matter what the deck is, but here's the thing. In fact, Rogue was one of the questionable cards right here. So Domino and Rogue, and I don't think it had to have been Rogue. It could have been Bishop. It could have been Kingpin. It could have been, whatever 3-cost card you want to do. I think Wolfsbane was one of the cards that I really wanted to consider. But the rest of this deck is the same. So I said to myself, what if I took out Domino and took out Rogue and put in Iceman and Scorpion and ran the same build, right? Instead of Domino, because Scorpion, in my opinion, is a better card than Domino for sure. And Iceman, oh my God. Now, it's kind of hard to know how much you negatively impact your opponent by playing Iceman. But here's the advantage I was thinking to that is like turn 1, I could have the chance of playing Iceman. Turn 2, I could have the chance of playing Scorpion. Turn 3, I'm going to play a 3-cost card. Turn 4, I have the option of playing a 3-cost card and potentially Iceman, right? That's what I want to do on turn 4. Turn 5, the optimal gameplay is going to be Sarah. And then turn 6, you play 3 cards, right? That's what I want to do. So what were the results for that? Now, this is anecdotal evidence, but here is the data from it. Now, and my gut feeling was that Iceman and Scorpion was better than playing Domino or Rogue. Now, Rogue could have been Bishop. Rogue could have been any one of those other characters. Now, it looks like, and this is a much bigger sample size, 8,700 games, so it's really hard to tell. But when I played this deck, it did not go well for me. And I'm just going to throw something out here. In yesterday's video, we mentioned that Ben Brode said that there was no AI matchmaking and that when they do matchmaking, they don't look at your deck before they do matchmaking. I do not believe it. When I switch decks, I get mirror matches, or when I switch to a Silver Surfer deck, I suddenly see leeches everywhere. And there was someone in the comment section said, I was struggling to get to 100, and then I stuck at 92, and as soon as I put in a meme deck with bad cards like Black Bolt, I actually got better matchmaking, and I was able to go from 92 to 97. And you know what? This deck right here, it seemed to pair me up against like the perfect counters. But this deck here, which I don't feel like is as popular, I got better matchmaking. anecdotal evidence. So I don't know what this really means right here, but I want to say that Domino did work just fine, and I had good luck with this deck build with Domino, and it was just fine. And if the math right here is only 100 games versus the other deck, which has 8,700 games, which is a much bigger sample size, but it looks like both are good decks. And so what I wanted to say is that this Domino does work in this particular deck, in this situation. I don't necessarily feel like Domino is an auto include. My still favorite deck for Sarah Surfer is this one right here. I think this is fantastic, but you can decide. But I'm just saying that Domino is an option, and it does feel like there's a better tempo, even though I'm having a lower chance of getting Sarah on turn 5 and a lower chance of playing Surfer on turn 6. It seemed fine. What do you think about this? What do you think about all this? I thought Domino was a lot worse, and she's not. So what do you think? All right, well, I really hope you liked today's video, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star Spoderman. This is not a scam. If your opponent is using leader, destroy their hand and deck, and plus 10 energy for yourself next turn. Force opponent to snap. I like it. All right, bye for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like these type of videos. Bye for now.